All right, so today's the big update, new update on our TOS laggy, sucky problem. So over the last 3 weeks, I've had my Thinkorswim has gotten considerably worse and worse and worse, almost on a daily basis, it seems like. Just really sticky and laggy. Like when I would go up here and try to change tabs, it would I would click on scan tab. It would take like 2 or 3 seconds to actually show. And if I went over to Market Watch, same thing. It would take 2 to 3 seconds. It just felt like sticky, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Slow and sticky. The thing that really got to me was I base my trades a lot on the analyze graph. I use that like a lot, almost all the time. And that thing was just getting horrendous. Like I would create a position or simulate a position and it wouldn't show. It would just, even though it was checked on down here, we still would only see the straight line. And then to reset it and fix it, I had to go to a different tab and then go back over to that one. Then it would show up. But then if I made any change to it, it wouldn't change. It would just stay stuck there. It was just horrible. And I made a video a couple weeks ago. A friend of mine, that guy threw me under the bus. I'm just realizing it. I had my nerd friend help me figure this out, and he gave me these step-by-step instructions. He walked me through it, and I did. And looking back now, that was after the market had closed. And so after we had done all the things he said to do, I made a video about it. You can go back and look at it. It's it shows a guy in the mud with his laptop, trying to walk through the muck and the mire of TOS sluggishness. And I guess he did some sort of research or something, and he came back and we walked through it, and I did what he said to do. And I thought I had fixed it because that evening it was just working fine. So I'm like, yeah, finally we fixed it. So I made a video about it and I put it out there. And then the next day it started to stick again, and then it got considerably worse and worse and worse day after day. So I'm sort of embarrassed to have led some of you folks potentially down I'm sure it doesn't hurt anything, and what he did I've seen talked about elsewhere, so it's a legit thing, but it didn't fix the problem I was having, and it just got worse and worse. So finally I broke down, called, and talked to TOS. Actually, there was a group, the super cool group I'm always talking about. I was in there and I asked a question about it, and this guy replied and he said here's the thread. So this is part of that super cool group, that trading group where I learned to trade my Grail trade and a lot of other trades that I do. And if you haven't joined this yet, do it. This is like a mastermind group that's just amazing. The people in here are incredible, and there's people trading hedge funds that are in here and coming up with these really amazing, cool strategies. So if you want to join that, just reach out to me and I can tell you how you can get involved in that. It's probably the best group, top-notch group I've ever been involved in. I've been doing this for more than 20 years now, so I've seen a lot of stuff. And this one is just head and shoulders above any other ones that I've seen. So anyway, I came in here and I asked this question. I said, has anyone else here who is using TOS had a horrible, awful time with TOS desktop? This is a couple days ago. This is Friday. Or the last couple weeks. Apologies if this question in the wrong channel. I've been using TOS since the mid-2000s. I think 2005-ish. And I have never seen it so slow and laggy. It's almost unusable. And it was getting to that point. When I called the guy yesterday was... it was pretty much unusable. It was just horrible. I've tried a bunch of stuff, but no luck. Anyone else have the same sucky issues? So we got responses here, but the one that kind of stuck out at me was this one here, this guy. He said, I've had corrupted workspaces that can cause this problem. Had phone support walk me through closing workspaces and rebuilding, which resolved the problem at once. The support person who helped claims this is the most common reason for sluggish TOS performance, next to Wi-Fi connectivity. So with that answer, I called Thinkorswim yesterday and I just read this to him. And I said, yeah, so I talked to this guy in this group. He said that this solved it for him. I'm just wondering, maybe it's the same thing for me. Can you walk me through this if you think that's what it is? And he did. And so I recorded the whole thing, and I'll just play it now as the call went. And you'll see everything he walked me through and what we did to fix it. And then I'll just come back at the end and kind of just recap real quick. So today was the first day with this new fix, and it was beautiful all day. Nothing like it was. I was just flying around. I had a ton of simulated trades in here that I was watching, and there was no freezing, there was no stickiness, there was no lagginess. It was like heaven. So I think this is the fix, at least for the problem that I had. So I'm just going to play that call now, and then I'll just come back at the end and just kind of recap real fast what we did.
Hi, Daniel. How can I help you today?
Yes, my Thinkorswim software, desktop software, has just been super, super slow, getting progressively worse over the last 2 to 3 weeks. And I've used this software since over 20 years. I've never seen it this bad. It's just almost unusable. and I was just calling to see if there was anything we could try to fix it. I connected with a guy in a group I'm on, saying, has anyone else had the same sort of issue? And this guy says, here's what he wrote: I've had corrupted workspaces that can cause this problem. Had phone support walk me through closing workspaces and rebuilding, which resolved the problem immediately. So, I mean, I have no idea if that's what it is or not, but if that rings a bell with you of what it might be.
Yeah, so there's different things that cause slowness or latency on the platform. Let's run some tests to troubleshoot and see if we can identify what might be causing it on your system.
Okay.
It looks like you have an Apple computer.
Yes.
Okay. Let's start out by opening a browser, Safari or Chrome, whichever one you have. And we're going to go to fast.com.
Okay. Fast.com.
Yes, FAST.com.
Okay.
And so I always like to start here because if this doesn't give us the numbers we're looking for, then nothing we do on the platform will resolve it. So if there's an issue here, we need to fix this first.
Okay.
This is a speed test that measures how fast your internet is. The first number that you're going to see at the top of your screen is your download speed. That's basically the amount of data you can download per second. What number do you see there? We're looking for at least 15 megabits per second.
Okay, I only see one number, but it says your internet speed is 270 Mbps.
Okay, that's great. So you have more than the requirement, which is 15. Next thing to check is the latency. So if you click where it says show more info, it's going to show you two latency numbers. The one we're concerned with is the loaded latency, and we want that to be below 50 milliseconds.
Okay, sorry. I have to log back in. I thought you were saying show more info on the TOS platform, so let me go back to that.
Yeah, to fast.com.
Yeah. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay, fast.com. And then there'll be a little button underneath that says more info or get more info.
Show more info. As soon as it stops updating,
yeah,
you'll see that button there.
Okay. So I have it's loading the upload. You want me to just give you all three numbers?
Yes. No, we're only concerned with the one under loaded. That's the important.
Loaded? 66 ms.
66 milliseconds. So it's not ideally below the 50 milliseconds that we expect, but 66 isn't that bad. You should still be able to connect to Thinkorswim, although there is a slight delay with the data you're getting. So that being the case, let's move on to Thinkorswim and see if there's anything we can do there to speed it up and get it to work a little bit better for us.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to close the door so I hear these dogs. Well, just a second, please.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm back.
All right, so go ahead and open Thinkorswim, please.
Yeah, it's already open.
All right, I'm going to send you a request to remote this so I can view your platform.
Okay.
You should get a notification.
Yeah, I just clicked yes.
Great. All right, awesome. Let's check your workspaces. If you go to where it says setup in the upper right corner, okay, this will list the workspaces. So it looks like you do have 3 saved workspaces. Do you want to just resave the current workspace you have now? Just click where it says save workspace as.
You know, I can just delete those if that's easier.
So I don't want you to lose any of the changes that you've made.
Okay.
So in this case, let's just save what you have currently. You could either choose one of the other ones or, just give it a name. Okay. Click save. All right. Now we'll go back to where it says setup and click on reset workspace to default.
Yes.
And then click OK.
Okay.
All right. Once it comes back up, all right. Now we verified that you have a good internet connection and we have the platform back on default. So right now it should update pretty quickly. However, I'm noticing a little latency.
Yeah, I can tell you. I can show you what the main problem I've always have with these is. Oh, maybe that reset that. But let's say like, oh, here we go. Let's see SPX, and then I'll say hide positions. So this is already much faster. Like before, I would click on. Oh yeah, before I would click on like one of these tabs, and it would take about 3 or 4 seconds to open. So this is much quicker. And let me just throw a like a trade in here real quick, like analyze vertical. Yeah, so this right now is perfect. Could that have been all it was?
Yeah, it's possible that the workspace that you had previously was corrupted. So I wouldn't reload it. I would actually go up to setup and delete it. And then try to customize it how you want. So that saved workspace, just go to saved workspace and then delete it. Because that one seems like it was slowing things down. Not sure what you had on it.
Okay, so select the one I just saved?
Yeah, that's saved workspace.
Okay. And what about these other ones? Should I just delete those?
If you'd like, if you don't need them, if you have Thinkorswim set up like you want it, feel free to delete all of those as well.
Yeah.
That'll free up some space. Basically, what these workspaces are saving is the information that you have loaded into Thinkorswim. So right now you're looking at the Analyze tab, SPX, and you have a couple of spreads that it's analyzing. So all of this is saved to the workspace. If you were to close Thinkorswim right now and reopen it, it's going to reopen on this page that you're on now.
Okay. Okay, cool.
If you have charts, detached charts, and you have multiple screens, it remembers which screens have which windows. That's really what the workspace is saving. Do you have any other questions or?
No, let me just let me run with this one like tomorrow, and it seems to be like perfect for me, like how it used to be. So then, like, let me just run through a trading day tomorrow, and then if there's any other issues, I'll just call back, I guess.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and keep that website that we went to, fast.com, handy. Keep it in mind. Whenever you're noticing slowness, just check your internet connection. Like I said, the minimum that we want to see is 15 megabits per second. As long as that's above 15, you should be okay. And then that latency number, the loaded number, that measures the delay. If it's below 50 milliseconds is better than higher numbers. You don't want to see it in triple digits because then everything is delayed.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks very much.
Sure. You're welcome. Thanks for calling and have a great day.
Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, so that was it. Super easy, right? I mean, a lot of hassle for something to be so easy to fix. And like I said, I went through the whole trading day today and everything was beautiful. It was a huge change. I mean, everything was just perfect. So hopefully that will continue. And if this is helpful to you guys, if anyone has the same issues, if you want to try this out, and if this works for you, or even if it doesn't work, please leave it in the comments so I can get some sort of idea if this is the real solution, the final answer to get this thing fixed. And again, all we did was, well, we had me run those speed tests. You can go to fast.com and just make sure you have the correct speeds that he was mentioning in there. And then we went over to the setup button up here. We saved the current workspace, so we didn't lose anything that we have right now. So you can see that right here, save workspace as. And then after we did that, we came up here and we reset workspace to default. So that just reset the whole software to go back to the default workspace. And as soon as I did that, that's when I noticed the change. Everything seemed to be up and running beautifully again. So I guess there was some sort of, whatever that file that was that I saved, there was something corrupt in there that apparently was causing all those issues. So then he had me just go back to, it says delete workspace, and I deleted that workspace. And like I said, everything seems to be running beautifully after a full day of trading. So hope that helps. If you have a similar problem to what I was experiencing and this works for you, or if it doesn't work, just let me know in the comments. And if it seems to be working for everybody across the board, that's great. I think we solved it. But if there's still issues with anyone out there, leave that in the comments too, so I can continue to try to hone in and figure out exactly what the deal is here. But for me, seems to be 100% fixed. All right, good luck. If you'd like to follow me on my trades, my real trades, on my real money trades, my experiments that I'm doing, just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Hit that subscribe button. And also be sure to join me on my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Just head on over there, sign up for my free email newsletter. And then as soon as you do that, you'll get a welcome email sent to you. Just reply back to that welcome email and I'll get back to you and we'll go from there. All right, that's it for this one. See you next time.